Thank you. My name is Kim Gertrude. My topic this evening is our Buford Highway area schools, a crisis and trust, none of which you will see on News at 11 tonight. Our Cross Keys cluster schools dot Buford Highway across a 10-mile wide corridor, stretching from Fulton to Gwinnett counties. Its population is virtually 100% minority. Our students number nearly 8,000. Many of them are English language learners. Our school's free and reduced lunch rates average 85%. Nonetheless, Cross Keys area schools and at the high school, the career and college readiness scores are annually in the top 3 in DeKalb County, I'm proud to say. We're an area of low income and high achievement. Our kids are really unwanted in communities to our north and invisible to communities to our south. The map in front of you, which I provided you a copy of, sort of tells this story in a picture. I call our kids the gray kids of DeKalb County. In the past few years, Carey Reynolds Elementary, Dresden Elementary, and Montclair Elementary have been reaching enrollment levels that are nearly double their capacity, with 1,000 children in trailers every day across our cluster. Many of these young children do not have regular or safe access to toilet facilities. Woodward Elementary, my own neighborhood school, and the poorest in DeKalb County at 99.5% free and reduced lunch, has its playground, also known as a parking lot, covered by trailers currently. Recess is a luxury for too many of our children right now. Decisions of previous administrations and DeKalb boards are coming home to roost in our community, and our Cross Keys area schools are in a crisis that can no longer be ignored. Please respond immediately to this crisis. Stop deploying trailers to our already grossly overcrowded schools. I expect this administration and this board to take steps in April to provide a modern, properly furnished modular classroom or quad for all of the schools that are suffering like this, Carey Reynolds, Dresden, and Montclair especially. Do not let the bad decisions of the past administrations continue to diminish these children's experience another year. Do not lose sight of the fact that our cluster has been the subject of the tiniest capital investments. You can see that in the second attachment I provided in your packet. Neighboring school clusters have been the subject of investment by this body at a rate of 2 to 3 times the rate of our Buford Highway area schools. That lack of investment is part of the reason we're having a crisis right now. This crisis will only deepen in coming years. Please plan in SPLOST 5 for adequate facilities for our growing population. Your predecessors allowed this neglect to go on too long. Act now. The ways exist. We all know the ways. I trust each of you have the will, and I thank you. And with the balance of my time, which I don't have, I want to tell you that I trust each and every one of you to represent all the children of DeKalb County from every corner of our region. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. My name is Paza, and the last time I was here in 2010, I was in naive junior Cross Keys High School. I was here calling upon the board at the time to replace the dangerous and dilapidated track at the school. I thought, as a junior in high school, that common sense and simple logic was enough to convince the board at the time to fix a solution, and that was to allocate resources to the high school. But boy, was I wrong. The replacement did not happen during the board's tenure. During this board's short tenure, however, the track is finally being replaced, and our athletes no longer have to run on a track with grass growing on it. And for that, I'd like to thank you. We did not have to publicly shame you guys for you to make this happen. In the past, unfortunately, public shaming has been the most effective tool to get the system to do something about anything. For example, in 2009-2010, a WSB TV report calling Cross Keys High School dangerous, dilapidated, and disgusting was the only thing that inspired the school system to give the school modest renovations. Those renovations, by the way, were about to be tabled until the report came out. Today, I want to give you an idea of the scope of a different problem, and I trust that public shaming this time is not what's going to motivate you to act. Dresden Elementary School already has 14 trailers. The number is expected to double next year. Kerry Reynolds Elementary School already has 21 trailers. Woodward Elementary School has 11 trailers. The playground is covered in trailers, and more expected next year. Montclair Elementary School has 16 trailers, and more expected next year. Sequoia Middle School has 8 trailers, and the number is expected to double next year. Cross Keys High School has 8 trailers, all of them in the student parking lot, and more expected next year. Let me put this another way. At some of our elementary schools, we have more students outside all year than are enrolled in other neighboring elementary schools. If you do not act now, this will be the second generation of our Cross Keys area kids who will spend their entire elementary school years in trailers. If 4 to 5 schools with 1,000 kids outside every day is not urgent, I don't know what is. As you begin to discuss and re-examine our priorities for SPLOS 4, I urge you to direct some funds to solve this problem. In the past, we would have never expected any action from this body, but we hope that this time is different. Please, please don't disappoint us. Thank you.
Thanks for your comments, Pastor.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. I am Amy Cambrone. Like my fellow Cross Keys Foundation board members, Kim and Paza, your first and second speakers, my topic will also be the Cross Keys High School attendance area, my home. I am the product of Woodward Elementary, Sequoia Middle, and Cross Keys High School, where I graduated in 2010. In August of that year, I became a first-generation college student when I enrolled at Agnes Scott College as a Goizueta Foundation scholarship recipient. This past May, I graduated from Agnes Scott with honors, and this summer I will be at Georgia Tech preparing to join Teach for America as an educator in Metro Atlanta and hoping to join DeKalb County. During my time at Cross Keys, the many ways in which my school was neglected were very obvious. A few examples include our broken down track and soccer field, the increasing number of trailers, and an over-delayed renovation. To this day, I still hear people say that school is going to close anyway, either because of Georgia's anti-immigrant laws, driving our community out, or the redevelopment of Buford Highway. This has been the rationale that justifies the inequity in our schools. Well, that is not the case. We are concluding our 2014-2015 school year, and we are looking at an unacceptable overcrowding crisis that needs your immediate attention. Our schools are far from closing. Cross Keys High School continues to send some of the most dedicated and brightest individuals you will ever meet to some of the top universities in the country. I was severely underserved as a student at Cross Keys because of decisions made by previous administrations, previous boards. I am here to make sure that my younger siblings now at Woodward Elementary and Cross Keys High School and the Cross Keys community at large do not have to face the same injustice. We cannot keep sending our students a message that their education does not matter. I expect that your administration will find it in your hearts to address this crisis by making the appropriate budget prioritizations now as well as in the future. We cannot keep warehousing our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cambrone, and we look forward to you teaching in DeKalb.